They called humans fragile. They called us weak, emotional, unpredictable. The aliens laughed at our hearts, at the way we cared for each other, at the bravery we threw at the impossible. And yet, it was a human heart that would save a galaxy and ignite a love no species could have predicted. Before we dive into this story, hit the like button and subscribe to explore more stories where humans defy expectations and change the galaxy. The star system of Tefara was quiet. Too quiet for anyone who knew its past. Humans had been among the first to map its twin suns and fractured planets, building small colonies at the edges of gas clouds and asteroid belts. The galaxy, however, had largely ignored Tefara for centuries, focusing on wars, trade, and territorial expansions elsewhere. That is, until the arrival of the Ilyari. The Ilyari were a species of luminous beings, fluid in form, with bodies that shimmered like living prisms. They were brilliant, logical, and distant. Their society ran on mathematics, probabilities, and consensus, and emotions, especially love, were considered anomalies, a weakness to exploit. Captain Ilara Kincaid was a human pilot stationed at Tefara Station, a relic of Earth's expansion. She had survived pirate raids, asteroid storms, and the bureaucratic indifference of the United Galactic Council. She had seen humans fight wars, innovate miracles, and bend physics to survive. But nothing in her experience had prepared her for the arrival of the Ilyari fleet. The Ilyari fleet did not communicate at first. Their ships hovered silently among the stars, casting refracted light across Tefara's gas clouds. Colonists feared an attack. Council officials panicked. But Ilara knew something different was happening. These were not warriors. They were observers. And then she met him, Tariel, the Ilyari envoy. Unlike other Ilyari, Tariel could assume a humanoid form to communicate. His features were ethereal yet relatable, eyes that shimmered like fragments of starlight, and a calmness that could unnerve the most steadfast diplomat. "Humans," he said, voice like music filtered through crystal. "You are chaotic." Ilara laughed, a sharp sound in the quiet of the docking bay. "And you're glowing. But I guess that's your version of chaos." Their banter was awkward, strange, and electric. Two beings from opposite worlds meeting under the weight of interstellar tension. But beneath the surface, both recognized something neither fully understood yet. Curiosity, respect, the hint of a connection that could cross species, logic, and history. The galaxy was teetering on the edge of a war nobody wanted but everyone feared. A rogue faction of the Ilyari had begun terraforming human colonies to suit their own biology, ignoring treaties and destroying entire ecosystems. The council convened emergency talks, but negotiations broke down almost immediately. Humans were blamed for failing to contain rogue colonists. The Ilyari demanded compliance, or the threat of obliteration loomed. Ilara was chosen to lead a diplomatic mission, alongside Tariel, who had been assigned to observe her species for a council report. It was supposed to be simple: human diplomacy, Ilyari oversight, and minimal bloodshed. But simple never works with humans. During a routine reconnaissance, Ilara and Tariel found themselves trapped on a rogue Ilyari terraforming station. The facility was collapsing, energy fields destabilizing, and humans trapped in energy pods while Ilyari drones floated silently, obeying old directives. Ilara, using nothing but ingenuity and human intuition, navigated the alien systems. She bypassed security fields, stabilized energy cores, and freed the humans. Tariel observed, silent at first, then fascinated by her audacity. "You risk everything," he said. "That's kind of what humans do," she replied with a grin. It was in that moment, hovering in zero gravity among sparks of violet energy and shattered glass-like floors, that their connection became undeniable. Tariel realized that humans did not measure bravery by probability. They measured it by heart. and he could not ignore it. The Ilyari Council decided to intervene. They sent a fleet to Tifara Station, ready to enforce compliance with an iron will. Humans had no hope if they met the fleet head-on, but Ilara and Tariel had an idea, an alliance born of trust, mutual admiration, and a bond that transcended species. Using human engineering ingenuity combined with Tariel's understanding of Ilyari technology, they created a hybrid defense system. Energy shields intertwined with reflective dark light prisms, drones repurposed for protection, and navigational systems synchronized with human intuition. When the fleet arrived, they were met not with aggression, but with a wall of impossible defense. Their weapons failed, their strategies were neutralized, and the humans, guided by Ilara and her alien counterpart, did not fire a single shot in anger. They fought to survive, to protect, to prove that coexistence was stronger than war. During the battle, a small craft piloted by Ilara and Tariel penetrated the central command of the fleet. Tariel's luminous form, humanized for the mission, interfaced with the alien systems while Ilara navigated through debris and energy pulses. Every movement was a dance, a silent choreography that required trust, precision, and instinct. When they succeeded, the rogue fleet withdrew, stunned not by destruction, but by strategy. For the first time in galactic memory, a human and an alien, side by side, had forced an entire species to reconsider conflict. After the crisis, the galaxy breathed again. Human colonies were safe. Ilyari factions reconsidered aggression. And amidst all this, Ilara and Tariel remained tethered, their bond unbreakable. Love, they realized, was not bound by species. Humans had hearts that could risk everything for compassion and ingenuity. Ilyari had logic and perspective that could temper chaos and amplify potential. Together, they were something neither species had predicted: unstoppable. Their relationship became a symbol. Across worlds, humans and aliens began working together, inspired not just by technology or treaties, but by a shared understanding that connection, emotional, intellectual, and moral, was the ultimate power. Ilara and Tariel never married in the traditional sense. There were no ceremonies or crowns, but they traveled together, explored together, and built colonies where humans and Ilyari lived side by side, demonstrating that love itself could be the bridge across galaxies. That was The Star Between Us, a story of human courage, ingenuity, and the love that even the stars could not ignore. Now it's your turn. If you could fall in love with someone from another species, what would you teach them about humanity? Comment below, like this video, and subscribe for more HFY stories where humans astonish the galaxy with courage, brains, and heart. Because when humans love, even the void bends toward them.